everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Code Karen. Welcome to r/ProRevenge, where we have an incredible story with comments and an update. If you are new to this channel, a sub would be great. Tap that notification bell. Let's jump right in. My fiancé left me due to my illness. I left him destitute. Sorry, not sorry. This all happened about a year ago. But the sting is not gone, even though my revenge has been had. It's a combination Am I the Idiot and ProRevenge. I think you'll enjoy it. Robert, not his real name, and I dated for 4 years and had what I thought was a great relationship. We were both well-established professionals who owned homes in the same neighborhood and had daughters about the same age. His daughter was 11 and mine was 14 when we met. Our life plan was to get married, build a house, and raise our 2 daughters together. Those plans were accelerated when he was diagnosed with a neurological disease that would eventually lead to mobility issues. So, I contacted an architect friend and we designed our dream home with some wheelchair-accessible friendly features. During that time, I began landscape and renovation projects on his home to increase the resale value. All in, I invested roughly $35,000 into the home. We had a contract that payment would be made upon the sale of the home. I kept invoices for each and every project, but never pushed for payment because of our agreement. Fast forward, and we had just made a large deposit on a property site to build our dream home when I began feeling ill. I lost my appetite and started to lose weight. So I went to the doctor and began having tests done. After a month or so of different tests and a biopsy, it came back that I had a tumor in my stomach and would need to begin chemotherapy. So I began chemo and radiation treatments, which made me extremely ill and dependent on others. Robert was spending time helping me on the weekends and staying over more, so much so that he and his daughter were both at my house more than theirs. At this point, I suggested that we go ahead and put one of our houses on the market and move in together until our new house was built. The sale of one of our houses would push us through comfortably and help ease the financial stress on him. Shortly after this discussion, he became extremely distant. His daughter wasn't coming over and hanging out with us anymore. He had excuses for not getting together. He quit driving me to chemo treatments and stopped staying over. One morning, I woke up to a text message from him. He wrote, "I love you, but I can't see myself taking care of someone this sick in the long term, and I don't think we should see each other any longer." In a text. Yes, a text message. No joke. It broke me. I won't lie. It was a kick in the gut. This was the first man I had ever truly loved since my husband passed. We had plans to spend a lifetime together. I was numb, but I tried to be mature about it. I forced myself to understand where all this was coming from and attributed it to his stress at work and his illness. In time, I believed he would regret those words and beg me to come back to him. He refused to return any of my calls. So, I calmly gathered all of his things, packed them neatly, loaded them in my car, and took them to his house to leave on the back porch while he was at work, in order to avoid any awkward exchanges. Walking around the back of the house, I started to unload some boxes and saw him through a window. He was on the couch with a woman that I had been introduced to as his, quote, lifelong friend. We had several dinner dates with this woman and her boyfriend, and had even gone on vacation with them. Let's just say that they were enjoying each other's company without any clothes on. I had to hold onto the house just so I didn't fall over. I was sick with disgust and rage. I know this woman's boyfriend through a friend, so I called him under some silly pretense. I discovered that he broke up with this woman 8 or 9 months ago because he discovered that she was sleeping with Robert. This is the exact same time that we were putting a deposit on our dream home. Now my head is about to explode. Revenge time, my friends. At this point, I just finished chemo and radiation and was feeling much healthier. My brain fog lifted, and I opened my file cabinet to pull out those over $35,000 in unpaid, long overdue invoices, which I promptly sent to my attorney to put a lien on his house. It turns out that this was perfect timing because he was forced to put his house on the market to settle a number of debts. Coupled with interest, the invoices were quite hefty. The house sold and I was paid. My lien, plus attorney fees, plus outstanding tax debts, plus the mortgage, left him with roughly $5,000 after the sale of the home. Basically nothing. He had to back out of the purchase of another home, lost his deposit, and was forced to move in with his sister-in-law and her 3 children. A sister-in-law he told me on a number of occasions he despised. Oh, sweet justice. And he also had to leave his job to receive disability. I ran into him a week ago, and he looked as if he aged 20 years and was in the wheelchair like we talked about. We chatted cordially, but briefly, and I excused myself and went on with my day. Robert called me and began profusely apologizing for breaking up with me via a text message. I hung up. He called back again and asked if I could ever see us rekindling what we had, to which I replied to him with the same words he said to me after my cancer diagnosis. I can't see myself taking care of someone so sick in the long term, and hung up. Oh, sweet revenge. So, was I the idiot for putting a lien on his house when he is wheelchair-ridden and leaving him basically penniless with little to no proceeds from the sale of the house? Or was I justified to serve up some revenge by coming right back at him with his own nasty words? Let's head to the comments. Guilty Sparkler says, he definitely deserved it. He's the idiot. Despite the fact that he would soon be confined to a wheelchair, instead of running in the other direction, you met with an architect to put in handicap accessible features. Who does that other than someone with absolute loyalty and dedication to this man? You were willing to go the distance and stay by his side because you loved him. And he repays you with sleeping with someone that was healthy and carefree, trading you in for a newer model. I say good for you that you put on a lien on his home and made good on getting your money back, and then some. You were a little nicer than I would have been. I might have done some things that were a little bit more nefarious. Just saying, LOL. He made some really selfish choices, and right now, he's learning that his mistakes have consequences, and one of them is seeing you with your new man. Spoiler alert, I read your update. Deadly Hassenfro says, this might not be popular with the comic crows, but everyone stinks here. I feel if he hadn't been cheating with another woman and his reason for breaking up was sincere and pragmatic and went something like, we both are going to have a lot of medical issues, and we know how stress exasperates my neurological condition, as I'm sure it does yours. Let's both take a time out and chill for a little while so we can handle this medical stuff. Now, that would have been a reasonable self-care request. But the way he did it was more like, hey, I've only been using you for your income and caregiving skills because I'm going to be in a wheelchair soon. So if you're sick too, I'm out of here. In essence, I'm only with you because I know you'll take care of me when I'm in a wheelchair. Also, no one is talking about his daughter who thought she was getting a new sister and mom. Everyone is a loser. Mini update. Thanks for all your support. I just wanted to send a message to all those who have been stepped on that there is a better life waiting for you. I can say this because I met an amazing man who asked nothing from me, and even though my time on planet Earth might be limited because of my illness, he said that he'll be by my side. Words can heal, or they can sting and leave marks on your soul. Robert used his words to let me know that he wasn't the one for me, and as cowardly and nasty as I thought those words were at the time, they made me stronger and richer. LOL. The lien I placed on his house to collect my money, regardless if it destroyed him financially, was a metaphor for the time spent investing in someone and getting nothing in return. I dedicated myself to Robert to care for him, despite his prognosis to be wheelchair-bound at some point in our relationship. He didn't feel the same commitment to me and looked for a meaningless relationship with that younger woman. Well, he's alone now, and I hope he has time to reflect on his lousy treatment toward me and others. But I doubt that. It was just a nice final touch to recite back to him those words that left a mark on my soul. But I have a new man now, and he is leaving beautiful marks on my heart. Our last comment is from Dal Hachiro. I had been with my boyfriend for a little over a year and a half when I got diagnosed with cervical cancer. Not only did he stay with me through the whole ordeal and treatments, he got so concerned and scared that I almost died that he proposed to me in the hospital. Almost a year later, I'm doing excellent now, and we are finalizing plans to get married. Not only did he support me through cancer, but he accepted that we can't have kids because of it. He's made me feel so loved and cared for. It makes me feel sad that I can't give him a child, but we'll manage. I'm so mad you didn't get the same with Robert, but you found someone even better. I guess it is true about finding a silver lining in bad situations. Hey Code Karen community, what would you do in this situation? I'd love to hear your comments. See you in the next story.